We have seen how to integrate migration and run migration using TypeORM CLI. In this video, we are going to see how we can use this entity that we have created, user entity, into our code base. So let's see what will happen if we just use user entity as it is, right? So we would go to our app.service and we just do find. Let's import it. Let's say find one, right? So let's load it. So you see it thrown an error that connection not found. So basically your Nest.js code still does not know where to connect the database to, because the configuration are in env file and we have not yet told Nest.js how to load this file. So for that, initially what we are going to do is, so first thing would be we need to load this env variables into our process.env variable so that we can access this variable there. So what will happen, so basically what happen is by default your env variables are not loaded into your process.env. So if I just do console.log process.env dot connection, so it's undefined, so basically it's not able to load it by default. So we need to set a method or do something so that these variables are loaded into our process.env. So for that, let's create a loader file. So we have created a loader file. In that loader, let's create a function const load environment variables, right? Let's make this function async. So here what we need to do is we just need to call config from .env. So basically we need to import config from .env, and we just need to call this function. That's it. So this .env package is already included in your TypeORM, so we don't need to install it explicitly. So now we go back to our main file, and so we need to export this. So all we need to do is call this function. So we call this function, since it's a async function, we do await, and let's see what will happen. So you see, so now we are able to load our env variables into our process.env, right? So now the second thing that we need to change is in the env. So you see we have mentioned couple of TypeORM settings, right? So let's see what these settings are used for. So TypeORM entities, right? So this part is used to load entities in our code base, right? No CLI case for CLI. The TypeORM migration, so this basically used by CLI to load migrations file when you run migration, right? So this is used by CLI. Similarly, this is again used by CLI to create new entity, and this used by CLI to create new migration. So if you are creating entity by yourself and you are not using the CLI to create entity, then you can just skip this variable from the env file and it would work. So creating entity is very simple. You just create a, like we have this entity, right? So all you need to do is just create a class and annotate it with entity. The next thing is migration. Again, if you are not using CLI to create migration file, you can create migration file by your own self. Instead of epoch number, you can just use serial number and it would still work. Now, the main thing is here that I want you to notice is type ORM entities. So you see, this is basically loading entity from source db entities and any file ending with entity.ts, right? Now the issue is that our code is in TypeScript, right? So if we run this code using TS node, that is we are running the TypeScript file, then this would be able to load our entity from source db. But if we are running a compiled version of this code, which is in dist, right? So in dist you see the entities are js file, right? And again the location is changed, it's in dist file. So we need to make it configurable so that depending on the environment or depending on the way we are running the code, whether we are running the TypeScript file using TS node or we are running the JavaScript file using the dist folder, the compiled version, it should be able to pick it up, right? So for that, what we will do is we will just remove this source and we will provide it to load ts file or .js file, either of those, from db. So it's a relative path depending on where code is running. Now that's it. Now what we need to do is we need to configure type ORM module into our app module or into our main module so that it knows that we need to load type ORM. So here it's our main module. We are importing a app module. So if we go back to Nest.js documentation, so this is the way we can configure it, right? We can use type ORM module. We can just write type ORM module for root and we can give the settings here, but we want our settings to load from env file, right? We don't want to copy this and paste it here because we just want all our configuration to be configured via env file, right? So for that case we are going to use a different method. So in our module, so if we go to this for root, right? So you see there are three functions for this module: for root async, right? So we are going to use async one to load modules. So instead of this for root async, right? So for root async, now this takes option which have couple of keys here. The one which we are going to use is the use factory. So use factory would basically, in use factory takes a function with arguments, and these are optional because it's dot dot dot, and it would return a promise or type ORM module option. So it can be a sync or async function both. So going back here, so we are going to use factory async function. Now this needs to return type use factory needs to return type ORM module option, right? So either promise or just so we are just going to use type ORM module option. We will use sync function. So let's say we are creating a function return load type ORM connection from env, right? Let's say we have created this function. Now basically what will happen, this module will call this function, which will in return use these variables or these connection options and load this from .env file. Now the way it will be loading is, let's first define this function. So we are going to use this function into our loader. So export const this function is equal to, and this function returns, so basically use factory returns a type or a module option. So right now now here we can probably create this object of connection of type ORM connection, and we can define this something like this, right? So in type we can write process dot env dot type ORM connection, and so on. We can define those things, but type ORM code base already have a class that does this automatically for you. So if we go to type ORM, so all you need to do is just find this file env reader. So you see this class have this function read, so it reads all the connection options from your process.env variable, right? So we are going to create an instance for this class. So const in reader is equal to right const connection option is equal to connection option will be of type ORM module option. Now we will just read so it has this method read which returns object of all the options, connection options. So we just expand this. Now so basically what we need to configure here is how to load our entities, right? So if you look into this code base, so what it does is it loads type ORM entities and it converts it to array, and the way it does it is it splits based on the comma, right? So it splits based on the comma, but the way we have configured our entity is differently. So if it would split, then obviously it would be an error case. So in this case what we will do is we will override the way entities are loaded, and we will define our own variable here. So now since you see in type ORM entities we are giving relative path depending on whether the code is running in source or dist. So this path will remain same. Now we have to attach where our code is running before this, right? So if it's running in the compiled version, it should be dist, and if it's running in the TS node version, it should be source, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to use dir name. So this will give you the location of your current directory, followed by slash, followed by process.env dot type ORM entities, right? So we have just overridden this entities option, and that's pretty much. Now we can just do a console log connection options, and we would return connection options, right? Now we will go to our main module and we will just export this. Okay, so I think for some reason this function is not being called because it's not printing the connection options to console. So let's see what's the issue. Okay, so basically we are creating the application based on app module, but it should be main module because we are already importing our app module into our main module, right? So now it should load. Okay, so there is one more error. So basically what happening here is in our ORM connection, we are configuring migrations to explicitly load from TS file, right? And this is being used in for our CLI to run the migration. So we don't need any migration loading into our connection options inside the code. So for that reason, what we will do is we will just go here and do migration and empty array, right? So basically there are no migration with the connection options because there's no need. So now if we go back again to terminal, okay, so you see it's loading entities. It has database, it has the type. So if I just go ahead and refresh this, so it's working, it's not throwing any error. So now we need to see whether it's querying something or not. So for that we have this variable known as logging, type rm logging. We would set that to true. So we just go to env file. So when we change env file, it does not reload, so we have to restart this. So see, it made a query, select user entity from users limit 1, right? Because we have done find 1. So now one more thing here. So basically we are running this code using nest, right? So it's running the JS version of this code. Now if you want to run the TypeScript version, all you need to do is just run the main file ts node source main.ts, right? So here if you see, it's loading the entities from src folder, right? Because it's running the TypeScript version of the code and not the compiled version. So, and on production obviously we run using the compiled version. So in production it will be node dist main.js. So both are working, running the compiled version as well as the ts node version. So that's it. So that's how you can use the entity into your code base. And